I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It was a great event. It was brought a lot of awareness to fibroids. Most people suffering with fibroids never hear about UFE, and so it was great, the discussion, and we learned a lot about UFE and the symptoms of fibroids and how you get your life back without any surgery whatsoever. So thanks to Deidre Dukes and Ken Taylor and Cynthia Bailey. We had a great time. There was a lot of great information, and hopefully we'll do it again soon.
Solution to it. And basically women had to just suffer in silence, because you would go to the doctor and say, well, yeah, we can cut them out, but I want to have a kid. Well, we can just take them out. But remember, anytime you basically are going in and disrupting the lining of the uterus, you're running the risk of not getting pregnant. Period. Simple as that. So when they tell you, basically, well, we can go in and do a myomectomy and we can, get you back and you can have a baby, it's really not a good idea. I mean, well, the risk of you not getting pregnant is there. Whereas in this scenario, you're not going in, you're not cutting the myometrium, you're not basically making the uterus weak, you're not disrupting the endometrial lining that basically will prevent implantation of the egg. Basically, it's just slowly taking it out without disruption of the anatomy of the uterus, which that's the real cool thing about it. So as you ponder and think, this conversation has made me kind of wonder, what should I do? Well, one, you should basically do as much reading and information as you can. The educated consumer is the person that you want to be. You want to be that person who knows more about your condition, probably more than most doctors.
I was completely exhausted. I was miserable to be around. I literally had to drag myself to film every day. Noel can tell you I was in a bad mood all the time, because most of the time I was on my period. My period would last sometimes for like 7 days, 8 days. And and before that, as you guys know, I was PMSing. So, we're really mean right before the period. When the period comes, that's the easy part. It's 4 days leading up to it when you want to kill somebody. And then you have like 1 week where you feel normal. And, my sex life sucked. And, I was married to a Jamaican man, so he wanted some. I'm not. So, and I just didn't have the energy, or, if I wasn't on my period, I didn't have the energy.
I have fibroids, and I've suffered from some of the symptoms that Cynthia shared today, from the heavy periods, the pain, fatigue. I've been anemic for years, and so I was just excited to hear there's other options.
Kim actually had the procedure, and Kim, how long ago was that?
I had it done about a year ago.
About a year, and so what difference have you seen?
It has totally changed my life. So I was miserable, I was anemic, my hair was falling out.
Your hair fell out.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's so sad.
I couldn't really leave the house because the cycle was all the time, like 3 weeks in a row and then off for a week. So I had the procedure done on a Friday. Saturday night we went to dinner.
Wow, that's incredible.
So
now you're
nice.
her husband.
I am.
What difference have you seen in her? Tell me what your experience was like going through this with her.
Well, you feel horrible because you care about her. She wouldn't sleep because they would press against her bladder. She'd get up all the time to go to the bathroom. She was in pain all the time. She never felt comfortable going anywhere because of the accident that we heard about.
Wow.
And I used to joke with her that Costco thought there was something wrong with me because I was in there buying, every tampon and every pad they had in the store, bringing truckloads of them home. But it was great overnight. It was almost literally overnight she was better.
By the next month I had a normal period, and
we went on vacation to Italy right afterwards.
Yeah.
She was fine.
And every month since, I've had a normal cycle.
And you can wear white pants.
Right.
Awesome. Yeah, we're so happy for you.
The three big offenders for hormones in food: chicken, red meat, dairy. Now you can do free range. You can kind of go organic. They're not supposed to plump them up. Whether they cheat or not, I don't know, but they're certainly more expensive. Hopefully they are true to their word. Dairy, you could substitute almond milk instead of cow milk, so you avoid that. Beef a little harder, because soy, you can try to do soy, but some of the soys, as somebody mentioned, some of the soys have phytoestrogen, plant-derived estrogens in them, so that's a little harder, but invariably, the best thing you can do versus food stuff is to be as lean or as close to your ideal body weight as you can. Everybody has their own ideal body weight. If you can be as close to that through exercise and diet, weight loss, you'll shed the extra fat, body fat. That will be the best thing to do for your fibroids, and it will be great for your overall cardiovascular health. Because one of the reasons why people ask me, well, why do African American women have more fibroids than other racial groups? Two reasons. One, genetically, it runs stronger in African American families. Second, has to do with body fat. If you look racially at body fat distribution, African American number one, Asian the lowest, and they have the lowest fibroids. But so it's not it's not just body fat, but it's also genetic. But you can't pick your parents. You can't do anything about that. But everybody can try to be as close to their ideal body weight. That'll be the best thing. Will it take care of everything? No, but it'll make you make the fibroid symptoms better, or make your overall health better.
It is a life-changing problem with fibroids. There is no good solution to it. This is the best solution to minimally invasive fibroid care. The only other way is if you didn't want a hysterectomy, is a myomectomy, which is still a big surgery. You can actually do laparoscopic, still a big surgery. And with all the risks and complications of it, it's bad. And the catch-22 to it is they're gonna grow back. Whereas when you take this, they're not coming back, they're gone. You take out the blood supply, they're gone.
UFE is an outpatient procedure. They come in the day of the procedure. The access is at the top of the right leg. It could be from the wrist, but it's just a way to get into the body. And the uterus has two arteries, one on each side, and they each branch like a tree. And the branches get smaller until you get out to like the end of where the leaves of the tree are, if you will, and that's where the fibroids are. And I know what size those tiny branches are, and I can flow direct these tiny particles out to the blood supply of the fibroids to kind of knock it out. So the fibroids lose their blood supply. The big trunk and the main vessels of the uterus stay open, so the uterus stays alive, and we've had numerous children after UFE. That's another thing people will hear. Oh, if you want to have children, you can't have UFE. Again, that's false. Just the other day, we have our third set of twins born after UFE. Numerous singletons. Anybody come in the office, they can go by the bulletin board and they see all these babies. Like, I didn't know you delivered babies. I'm like, I don't. But they're post-UFE babies that patients are so thrilled they send their pictures in. But so we cut off the blood supply to every fibroid. It doesn't matter if you have 1 or 100. And without a blood supply, these fibroids will soften and shrink, and as they do, the symptoms disappear. Every insurance company covers this procedure, every one of them. There isn't one that I'm aware of that does not. And we take everything, including Medicare and Medicaid. So there's nothing that no insurance company that doesn't cover. And so it really depends on your individual plan, how much of a deductible and so forth. But insurance is not an issue as far as coverage of the procedure. So it's not new, it's not experimental. I've been doing it over 20 years.
It's so big, and a lot of us don't want to talk about certain things, especially with our race. We are the one that want to hide things, and we don't want to go to doctors. And long as we can hide it and try to cover it up, that's what we portray. And be perfect. But our health is our wealth. Absolutely. And if you don't fix it on early, it's going to get worse. And like he said, Dr. Littman stated that, you know, a lot of people go through and they'll go 3 or 4 times, and they even told me to do a hysterectomy. Even though I was way older, I didn't want any more kids, but I didn't want to get rid of what God gave me. And He made a way that I didn't have to, and I feel, oh God, amazing today.
It changed my life, and I don't know, I assume some of you out here are, you know, dealing with fibroids. I say, please get help. Just get it done. It is the best thing you will ever do for yourself and everyone around you. I feel great now. I have so much more energy, and I feel like I look better. I mean, I started, you know, coming from a modeling background, I started being insecure about my body and everything because no matter what I did, I just had like a fat stomach from fibroids. And so I highly recommend it. I really, really stand by, which is why I'm here, because it was life-changing for me. I've been on, The Real Housewives of Atlanta has been on for, this will be our 10th season that we're filming now. I've been on for 8 years, and I will say talking about fibroids was definitely one of my proudest moments. I can look back and say, you know what, I helped somebody watched this and somebody did something about it because I, you know, just was brave enough to talk about it. And to be very honest with you, I'm not the only one on the show that has fibroids. A lot of my other castmates have them, but they were not comfortable, you know, talking about it. You know, that's just not what they felt comfortable doing. And that's fine, you know, I was fine talking. I could be fibro-related, as long as, you know, as long as I was, you know, I just wanted an answer, and I was so excited to get my life back that I wanted to share it. You know, it just wasn't something that that I was going to continue to be embarrassed about. It was very liberating, and again, I'm a changed person since I got it.